This is The Gorge. It's a podcast where my friend Sarah and I gorge ourselves on what's happening in the world of video games and entertainment.
The Gorge is brought to you by Patreon. That's patreon.com/thegorge, where for just $5 a month, you gain access to not one, but two entire podcasts. $5 gets you Takeout, a monthly commentary track where Ben and I decide we don't feel like doing the work. So instead, we're just going to watch something and talk over it. And $2, only $2, gets you Praetorian Pals, a monthly series where Ben, Saturn, Oates, and myself sit around, pick an MSQ roulette in Final Fantasy XIV, and just kind of go and see what happens. It is always 200% deranged. It sucks, but like in a good way. And then also $2 gets you access to the entire back catalog of That's Hell You're Walking Into, a monthly series where Ben used to ask me questions about Fate Stay Night, Fate Grand Order, and the extended Nasuverse, and I would do my damnedest to answer them. There's a lot of those, so yeah, you get a lot of content for just $2 a month. So, or $5 if you also want all the old takeouts. Like, you get so much stuff for only $5 a month. It's a bargain, folks, and you can get a bargain at patreon.com/thegorge.
If there's any movies or like shows you wanted to check out, but you're a little like hesitant, but you're like, what if I had the comforting voice of Ben and Sarah talking over it?
That's right. What if you really wanted to? What if you wanted to watch extremely bad movie Transformers: The Last Night, but you didn't want to do it alone? Have I got the solution for you?
That's what we're here for.
We're here to hold your hand and help you get through French hot rod. So yeah, Ben.
Yeah.
What are we doing this week?
It is just our last roundup of the year.
Yay!
Yay! And we have some big things happened.
Sure, because the Game Awards happened, so we gotta talk about the Game Awards.
We do, but first, I did a couple things.
Okay, you go first, because I didn't do much, and it'll become apparent why very soon.
Yeah. And I'll save one of the big things I did for yours as well, because we both did the same thing.
We did the same thing, yeah, you know.
I finished Return to Monkey Island.
Oh, good! How'd you like it?
I really, really enjoyed it.
Oh, good. Did you like it? Do you like it more than the first one, or?
It's really hard to say. Because the first one is so iconic,
sure,
you know, and it's so... Like I said, it's so retroactively defining.
Sure,
for me,
absolutely, yeah.
That it's like, you know, it's kind of like how like Mega Man 2 is the objectively better game, but Mega Man 1 is still like in a lot of people's hearts, you know. But it's like, so it's always hard for the sequel that's technically better to still like be better, more, like more influential. I mean, there's exceptions like Terminator 2,
of course,
but it is hard to do. But mechanically, Return to Monkey Island is so much better than the other Monkey Islands.
Oh, really? Okay.
Just because like Guybrush can run in it.
I see.
Yeah, and things like your inventory sorting is a lot more organized, and like it doesn't like prevent you from trying everything on an object. But you'll know if it can, like, there are things where you can't be like, I'm gonna use this bag of carrots on this doorknob.
Oh, okay.
Like it won't let you do that.
Okay.
But there are certain objects you're like, wait, will this work? No, okay. Like the objects that like it can detect that you might think this will work. You can try it and it'll be like, no, that's not the answer.
Sure. Okay.
Or like, or no, it's not ready for this yet.
Okay, so it kind of helps you understand that like this is the right piece, but not yet.
You've got the right idea, but you're not quite there yet.
But you need to do something else. Oh, okay, I like that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a lot nicer on that. The hint system in it is really, really cool.
Oh.
Because what it does is you can get an optional hint book from the Voodoo Lady early on, and what it does is it's amazing. It keeps track of what you need to do without you being aware of it. So it's like
Ooh.
it checks your state in the story's progress, and it's like, okay, here's a list of puzzles that you've encountered but haven't completed yet, and what step you are in that puzzle.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so you go to the hint book and you're like, okay, what do you need help with? And you're like, okay, well, I need to find a way to sneak aboard this ship. Well, what part of it are you having trouble with? I need a disguise. Well, here's where the disguise is. And then you can keep asking it like, okay, well, how do I get into it? Well, you need the key for it. How do I get the key? And it'll tell you you have to steal something from this guy to swipe it with the key or whatever. You know, it'll give you. It'll start off really vague, and it'll just get more and more narrow until it just says, here's the exact next thing you have to do.
Okay, yeah. So it starts out very simple, and then like if you still can't figure it out, it'll eventually go like, fine, here, this is how you do it. Okay.
Right. And it'd be like, go talk to this guy and give him this exact thing.
Sure.
So it does that for literally everything.
Wow.
If you're, like, no matter what you're stuck on, it'll be like, here's the idea, and then you can go further with it. It's
that's
very
awesome.
impressive.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Wasn't it, speaking of the Game Awards, it got a nom for best, like, what's the word?
Not compatibility, but like, oh
my god, why am I forgetting this word? Accessibility. There we go.
It did get a nomination for that. And
nice.
And if it wasn't stuff like The Last of Us you can play blind because it has so many different settings for it, like say with God of War, like I would have given it to Monkey Island for that hint system. So yeah, it was actually a really good. I'm very glad that I have technically more Monkey Island to play. Like this isn't the last I'll see of these characters.
Right. There's just like the stuff that's left is like non-canon.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Or like vaguely canon, like because there's a character in it, in Return to Monkey Island who is a significant character in the interquel Monkey Islands that didn't appear in 1 and 2. And he's plays a major role in Return to Monkey Island 2. So they acknowledge a lot of the interquel stuff, but not as severely as 1 and 2.
Okay.
But yeah, so that was really enjoyable. The ending kind of didn't click at first, but when I gave it some thought, I was like, yeah, that's actually a really good way to end that story.
Okay, cool.
I got a little bit further in Sonic Frontiers. That continues to be an amazing game.
Sure.
With some of the best boss music ever.
Ooh, okay.
Like, holy shit, there's like
Sonic always has good music, yeah.
Oh yeah. There are there's three major like bosses, and they all have Metal Gear Rising style character themes.
Okay.
Like just the best butt rock you've ever heard.
Yeah.
They're like the definition of like Kino. Like, because it's just Sonic fighting a gigantic monster as Super Sonic with like insane reaction commands to finish him off.
Oh, great.
Yeah, that's really, really good. I'm still constantly impressed with Ian Flynn's writing.
It's actually good, which is amazing.
It's really, really good. And so people have like memed a lot lately about how like he's like really blatant about references to previous games. But it's like, it's almost like he kind of has to be this aggressive about it to really establish that like this is the new continuity going forward. You know, like he has to hit you over the head with the exact events from Sonic the Hedgehog 3 happened.
Yeah.
This isn't some weird, vague, floating continuity anymore.
Right. Everything we're like settling, we're making sure you know.
Yeah.
That everything is like settled in place, you know what I mean?
Like there's this this great bit where where Eggman is like, because like the crux of it is like the big giant alien monster is going to destroy the island, and Sonic and Eggman have to team up, you know.
Sure.
And it's like, and Sage is like, well, you teamed up with Sonic when you had to fight the Bio Lizard and when you had to fight Hyper Metal Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeah, you know, the events of Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic Heroes. Like,
yeah,
remember
exactly.
when those happened?
Hey, remember when those happened? We acknowledge that they exist. So now you know that that's part of the canon timeline. Are you taking notes? Yeah. There will be a test.
There's even a really great bit where, like, when you're doing the third island is where Tails shows up, and like he's your assistant for that one.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, the little integral cutscenes where it's like, you know, you progress a story by talking to him. He brings up the fact that he feels like inadequate lately because even though basically it's Ian Flynn looking at the camera and saying that, like, we acknowledge that Tails' character arc in Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, where he tried to step out of Sonic's shadow and like be his own hero. We realize that we regressed him in later games where he kind of started more cowering and needing Sonic's help.
Right, okay.
And here is Tails acknowledging that backstep and being like, I need to get past this.
Oh, that's great. Okay, that's awesome.
And then Sonic being like, it's okay to backslide a little bit sometimes. No one's expecting you to be perfect.
Right. Oh, that's great. That's really smart.
It's just Ian Flynn looking at the camera and being like, we acknowledge that we screwed up a little bit.
We know. That's awesome. Great.
Yeah. I love it. I love every little, like, quirk and, like, twitch of the writing happening. There's a really funny joke where Sage confronts Sonic and she's like, what is your end goal? And he goes, it varies. Sometimes it's a spinning sign, sometimes it's a giant ring.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
So yeah, that game continues to be amazing. I've got like the final island to go. And then I wait for the DLC to come out where they're actually going to do the impossible, something that hasn't been done since 2006. Besides, like, not counting like Mania, but like where Tails, Knuckles, and Amy will be playable.
Yeah, I saw that. They're actually adding a bunch of playable characters and all sorts of good stuff. It's amazing. Yeah, and it's all free. Yeah,
it's all free DLC. So insane. I'm gonna finish Frontiers and wait for that. And then I because of the Game Awards, I started playing Hades again.
Yeah, hell yeah!
And it turns out Hades is a really good game.
Hey, did you know that our game of the year for that year is a really good game? Are you surprised?
Still really fucking good?
Yeah.
Did you know you can play Hades like 2 years after it came out, after you sunk like 35 hours into it, and still see new stuff in Hades?
Yeah, Hades has like 60 hours of content, all like in terms of just of like new permutations of things and like cutscenes and stuff like that.
Did you know that you can still get new god dialogue when you pick up boons after fucking 30 hours of game?
That's amazing.
It's incredible how much shit is packed into this.
There's so much work in Hades. It's incredible to me.
I can't wait for Hades 2, but we'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about that in just a minute.
And then I did one big thing, which I know you also did, so we will transition to you.
That's pretty much all I've done now that I think about it. I'm sure I've done other things, but it's not like, you know, it's like watching the usual anime and anime night and stuff like that. And I'd rather talk about Mob and Gwitch when the seasons are done at this point.
Right.
So, oops. Guess he started playing Fallout 4 again.
This is who just like decided like, so it's really funny because like I told you, but like 2 days before you started playing Fallout 4, I saw it on my desktop. I saw the Fallout 4 icon. And I was like thinking, and I've been thinking like idly about like Starfield and how like, oh man, it's so cool. Starfield's gonna come out.
Starfield's like coming out soon-ish.
And I'm like, you know what? I probably, you know, part of me is like, I should do like one final Fallout 4 hurrah. You know, I should like, I should just like do that because like once once Starfield comes out, I'll probably be tempted to like put it down and not really pick it up. Like the odds of going back to Fallout 4 are not likely, depending on how good Starfield ends up actually being.
Right. Yeah.
You know? So I'm like, well, what if I just get one more round? I'm like, nah, I've got a whole bunch of other stuff to play. It's a nice idea, but like, I don't know if I have the time. And then 2 days later on Discord, I see Sarah's playing Fallout 4, and I go, God damn it!
You're welcome.
Well, let's see what's been added to the Nexus,
motherfucker. Yeah. I don't even know what spurred me into playing it. I just was like, it's the call of the end of the year. Every single winter, like that beast in the back of my head just starts going like, hey, what if you played Fallout 4 again, though?
What if you just went back and did more Fallout 4?
What if you played more Fallout 4, though? And I go, but I already played that game so much. And then it goes, shut up! And then you play it more and you go, fine, okay. So yeah, I started again because for derangement reasons, I picked Fallout 4 back up because why not? That game is still Fallout 4 in that I love it a lot, even if it is it's kind of flawed. It's extremely flawed, but hey,
I love bad game Fallout 4.
I love the bad video game Fallout. It's the best 7 out of 10 ever made. Every time I go back to it, I'm just like, oh right, I like this game a lot.
If you listen to our latest Praetorium Pals, it's basically just 20 minutes of the 4 of us complaining about the plot of Fallout 4, a game that 3 of us are playing.
Yeah, exactly. And the 4th one of us is like resisting the urge to play, mind you. So like, take that how you will. But it's like, I don't know, I like that game. The more I go back to it, the more I'm like, the writing is dog shit. We've gone over that 1,000 times. But I do think that like I really like the one thing about Bethesda's game design I think is extremely good, and I really hope they lean into it even harder in Starfield. And that is that, especially if they like bring back unique weapons, which I hope they will, and not just like legendaries, right? Not like the Borderlands drop system. But if they brought back like proper unique weapons, like cool unique weapons, then I really like Bethesda's system of putting like a bobblehead or a magazine in pretty much every single explorable corner of the world. Right? I think that's actually really smart because like it's Bethesda's whole game philosophy is just like, just get out there and wander for 700, 800, 900 hours, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, but there's always something kind of waiting for you at the end. That's why like I might someday, even after Starfield comes out, if Starfield is good, I might go back to Fallout 4. In a way, I'll never go back to Fallout 3.
Right.
Because like Fallout 3 doesn't have that. There isn't any kind of like reward system in place, right? You're just kind of, and everything's like really ugly, unlike Fallout 4, which is still like a fun game to look at, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like the character models and stuff are hideous, but the actual world space is fun to look at. There's a lot of interesting things going on. I think that's actually really smart game design. Like it all comes together really well. It's actually good. Sorry, I think Fallout 4 is good. That's what I've come into realizing is that I just think Fallout 4 is good. Sorry, folks. But yeah, no, I enjoy playing that game. I picked up, I added a shit ton of quest mods, and I have been enjoying everything by a guy named Sedan494, I think is his name. And he is the guy who made Huntress Manor and who made Forville, and those are good. Like, I cannot recommend. They are DLC quality. The only thing I will say is that I really think he needs somebody who will design his world spaces, because they're all really bland, right? Like they're all very like they're very standard like building pieces, which is fine. It's obvious that's not like his forte, right? Like, and it's mostly one guy. who I think hires his voice. He actually pays his voice actors, or at least I think he does, because he puts. I was Googling for something the other day about Huntress Manor, and the old castingcall.com listing for Huntress Manor came up in Google. Like, he puts up like actual casting calls and stuff for his mods, which is impressive.
Yeah.
And they're really good. I think it's just that he needs somebody to help design world spaces because they're really boring otherwise.
Right.
But what's like happening in the mods makes up for it, because like it's good voice acting. It's like it's stuff that feels like a Fallout game, like a lot.
Yeah.
And there's just like a lot of like interesting little things going on. I was like super impressed by Huntress Manor. Like really, really impressed by Huntress. And that was one of his earlier ones, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. It's like a fun little what's the word? Lovecraftian kind of story. And yeah, I liked it a lot.
It does the thing that I wish Fallout in general would do more, which is the idea that the bombs woke something up.
Absolutely, 100%. I really wish that... I kind of like it being in the periphery, but I wish that Bethesda would do like one quest chain in 5 that leans into it a little bit harder, right? Like
not a main story thing.
No, but like they kind of do that. It's not like the implication that it woke something up, but the Parsons quest line in 4 kind of does that with like the weird shit, and that's actually fun. Huntress Manor actually makes a direct reference to Lorenzo Parsons, which is good. Or Cabot, excuse me. Parsons is the insane asylum, but the Cabot House quest line does that. And yeah, I hope that they lean into it again for like another quest chain in Fallout 5 when it comes out in 15 years. Yeah, you know, Starfield still isn't out, and Elder Scrolls 6 is a distant dream. So Fallout has to come out after the next Elder Scrolls game. Oh no.
Oops.
So we're like at least still 5 years out from another Fallout, right?
Right.
Like,
yeah, for sure.
Oh well.
Yep.
It'd be really funny if another Fallout game came out before Elder Scrolls.
I would lose my mind. Well,
I think it would be great.
I think it would be hilarious if like Obsidian got to put out another Fallout game like before Elder Scrolls. Like obviously I'll take an Obsidian made Fallout game, but I still think we should give one to Arcane. Yeah. That's I'm lobbying real hard for Arcane to get a Fallout game. Yeah. You know? I think that'd be great. So I would love a Fallout immersive sim, right? Yeah.
So
that would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and in terms of other stuff, it's just like I said, it's stuff we'll have to talk about later. But yeah,
when it's over.
So you know, like Mob is still good. G-Witch is still good. Surprise. Yeah, that's it.
So yeah, let's talk about things that have been happening.
Oh, the one big thing that happened.
Yeah, let's get through the smaller stuff first, because there is a couple things that weren't in the Game Awards.
Okay.
Like speaking of it, Starfield, Bethesda's next big RPG, has survival elements without all the stress.
Oh, that's nice. That's kind of ideal, right?
Todd Howard put out an interview with Kotaku about things in Starfield. So just a couple like things. It's like they wanted to make it like survival without the frustration parts of it, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Without the things that are just unfair. Quote from him: "Running out of fuel in a spaceship just stops your game. We found you'll be playing the game and I ran out of fuel. Okay, guess I'll just wander these planets trying to mine for fuel so I can get back to what I was doing. It's just a fun killer."
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you have to really kind of mitigate that kind of thing, right? Like,
yeah,
I don't like survival modes. I don't play Fallout 4 in survival mode. The game isn't made for that. Like, they added it after the fact, and you can super tell that it just wasn't made for survival mode. I don't like managing hunger and all that shit. I'm sorry, it's not why I play that game. It's fine if you do, but like, I don't mind light survival elements. I prefer playing playing Fallout 4 where like there's like 80% less stim packs in the world, so you're forced to use food healing and stuff like that more often. But that's kind of it, you know.
I don't like having to juggle a bunch of declining meters.
Yeah, it's just stressful. That's not why I play those games. You play those games to just kind of like sit on your couch and veg out and go find cool things, right?
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, that's not what we're here for. At least it's not what it is for me. So that's good. So
that's one of those another point in Starfield's favor of it being the good Fallout. Finally,
they finally have actual quest designers at Bethesda now again. So maybe. But what if Starfield is good, though?
What if it's really, really good, though?
What if Starfield is good, though?
I appreciate them like leaning into the idea of survival and like resources, but not it being a frustration that's going to lock you out of fun.
Right, yeah. You don't want to have to constantly be going back and forth for like fuel and stuff when you're just trying to go to the next area, you know?
And then in that same interview, next article, Amazon's Fallout TV series starts a new plot in the same universe as the games.
Oh, there's no way. There's literally no universe where this show is going to be good, folks. Speaking of things that don't have a chance, no.
No, it's
I am not looking forward to the Fallout show at all because like it's kind of a thing we were talking about with they briefly it came up that Amazon might be making a Warhammer 40K show with Henry Cavill. And then it turned out like maybe not. Like maybe he jumped the gun on announcing that, so we'll see. Oops. But much like a Warhammer 40K show with Henry Cavill by Amazon, it is going to lean too hard into how cool the Brotherhood is. I am willing to bet physical human dollars on this fact. Like, I would bet money to say like it's going to make the Brotherhood look cool, and if you make the Brotherhood look cool, you miss the point.
You've already failed.
You've already failed. Absolutely.
Here's the quote from the article.
Oh no,
that might lean into that favor.
Oh boy.
Quote, we do know a little bit more about the talent involved, though. The show is being created by Jonathan Nolan and Lisa Joy, the duo behind HBO's Westworld. Nolan, according to Howard, is a longtime fan of Fallout 3.
No!
Which is why he jumped at the opportunity to create this series.
Oh, no! The worst one! How could you? They're going to make the Brotherhood cool. Called it. They're going to make the Brotherhood cool. Man, how can you say of all the... I guess it's like if like a TV guy says like, yeah, I'm a big fan of Fallout 3. It means he played Fallout 3 for like 70 hours when it first came out and that was it.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm just like, oh no.
The only thing we have to go off of is the Prime Video like teaser image. That is just the vault door being opened. There's a guy in silhouette and standing in the door, and there's a guy like on the railway in front of it. And he's got a 33 on his jumpsuit.
Okay.
That's all we got.
That's it. So we got Vault 33.
Yeah.
So, okay. Do we know who's writing the show? Like, we know the two showrunners. Are they also writing it, I guess?
I guess no. They don't really list anyone else besides some actors that are going to be in it, including, article says Ella Purnell, Kyle MacLachlan, and Walton Goggins.
Kyle MacLachlan?
Like Twin Peaks, Kyle MacLachlan.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, fuck. I might have to watch it then. I'll go anywhere Dale Cooper goes. Okay. Well, all right, fine. I'm listening by Amazon. It's that easy for me.
This is the month of trailers, apparently.
Okay.
I skipped over the first one because we'll talk about it during the Game Awards, but the second one in this list is The Beast Wars Begin and Transformers Rise of the Beast trailer.
Yeah. It looks okay. I'm not like super hyped about it. It looks like a big budget Hollywood movie, you know? But what I am excited about is the fact that it's a new big budget Hollywood movie, which means that they're going to keep putting out tie-in merch because now Transformers is relevant, and that means at least another season of Earthspark and something else that's going to get talked about during the Game Awards.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. It's good though.
I think everyone's designs look good. I know some people have issue with Prime's design.
I don't.
I think it looks fine.
I can see a problem with Prime's design.
I think
the standout is RC, who is immaculate. She's perfect in every single way. Yeah. Possibly one of the best RC designs I've ever seen in my life, other than that one Alex Milne one from the Terminator crossover comic that's so fucking good.
Right.
But like, no, she looks so good. It's such a good design. Holy shit.
All of the Maximals look great.
Mm-hmm.
Primal looks amazing. Cheetor looks cool. Primal's design is so funny. It's always been funny to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a good shot in the trailer of Primal transforming from ape to robot.
Sure.
And you don't do much. he stands
there aren't
up straight.
There are a lot of steps in that toy.
He stands up straight and his head switches from a gorilla face to a robot face. Like,
that's kind of it. Yeah, because he's already got like a people shape because he's a gorilla. You know, gorillas they're our close cousins.
He's already bipedal. Like, it's not like Cheeto or Rhinox where they're quadrupedal animals. Like,
right? Yeah.
He's already an ape. He doesn't do much.
That's actually a really good point.
he just kind of shifts his spine a little bit and stands up straight.
Yeah, that's about it. He just has to stand up straight and put on, like you said, put on a robot face instead.
Like when we watched the Beast Wars cartoon, like for Takeout, his transformation in that is based on the toy where it's like his legs rotate 180 degrees and like things flip out and whatnot, and like there's like a bit more to it. But when you have the high budget CG affordable to like, kind of mix it up, like he just kind of stands up a little bit. His hands and feet like shift to like more robotic.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good point.
But Ron Perlman as Primal sounds really good. The roster of Autobots they have, I think, is really good. It's Prime, Bumblebee, Mirage, RC, and Wheeljack. That's a good selection. Yeah,
we've said our piece about the Wheeljack design because the toy got leaked.
I think he looks good for a Transformer.
Sure, it looks like a Transformer design. It doesn't look like a Michael Bay design. You know what I mean?
Right, but it's not Wheeljack.
Just give him his fins. If he was brown, if he was like 1970s old Van Brown, but he had his fins,
I'd be fine with it.
Fine. You know what? That's a Wheeljack, baby. Maybe he'll get him in the movie. Who knows?
I'm really hoping that the leaked toy wasn't because it's not an official press shot.
Sure.
I'm hoping the giant Urkel glasses fold out and become his
fins. Yes, absolutely. It's just so weird to me because like this is ostensibly a sequel to Bumblebee, right? Which has a really good Wheeljack design in it.
A rock solid Wheeljack design.
A really solid Wheeljack design. It's like, just do that again. Yeah. What's your problem? Oh well.
But yeah, no, I'm very excited for that. I'm because Bumblebee was kind of more of your 80s coming of age movie, Mm-hmm. It was E.T., but it was a giant robot instead of a weird alien.
Sure.
I'm excited for a good the Autobots are on Earth and they're fighting Decepticons movie.
Sure, they're fighting bad guys movie. Yeah, absolutely. We'll see. It looks okay to me, but I'm also not like I'm kind of these like big loud action movies are like not my thing anymore.
Right. Yeah.
But I'll probably go see it, and more importantly, tie-in material.
Tie-in material is
that's the important part of a big Hollywood movie is we've got to have some brand synergy.
We're going to get some cool toys. We're going to get some more cartoon stuff.
We're going to get a video game. That's spoilers for later. Yeah, baby. I'm excited. So, fine. Bring it on.
Yeah. Next, Courtroom Zone Act 2. Former Sonic boss Yuji Naka rearrested as fresh insider trading allegations emerge.
Oh my god. Oh no, he can't stop.
He just does the exact same thing again.
What did he get popped for? Because he got popped for Dragon Quest stuff the first time. The second time was Balan Wonderworld, isn't it?
No. It was for the first soldier.
That's right! Imagine getting arrested over a bad Fortnite clone. Oh my god.
Which, a thing that I cannot imagine it made that much money.
No, I mean, it died before the year was up, right?
Yeah.
Like, it didn't even make it a full year, and it died. So, you know. I guess, though, if you're just, like, trading in stock, the whole thing is that you buy the stock before the announcement is made, and then the announcement is made, and then that company's stock goes, like, way, way up, even if it's only, you know, if it increases by 3 times as much and you buy, I don't know, $100,000 worth of stock, right?
Right.
Like, that's still a lot of money. And then once, like, before the game actually, you know, crashes and burns,
right,
you sell the stock and you turn to tidy profit. That's insider trading, you know?
It doesn't have to be a financial success to the consumer. It has to be a financial success to the investors.
Correct. And he, you know, obviously he made his money that way. And it's like, oh, okay. Well, that is textbook baby's first insider trading scam.
But to be taken down
by the first soldier.
A game that didn't even, it didn't even make it past its first season.
I know. I cannot emphasize enough. The first soldier did not last a year because they only put it out on phones. I think, like, if the first soldier had come out on PC and, like, consoles, I think it would still be getting played.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, it's a Final Fantasy Fortnite. Fine. Right? Like, I'm sure it would still be existing a little bit. Mm-hmm. But it only came out on phones. It's like, no. Nobody wants to play Battle Royale. I mean, people do play Fortnite on their phones, but people want to play them other ways too, you know?
Yeah, I've said it before, but, like, the phone is the last resort for playing Fortnite, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're playing Fortnite and that's because my parents won't buy me a Switch.
Yeah, right.
So
taken down by the first soldier, damn.
He's going to jail. Like, this
he's going to for real, like, prison. Yeah, like yeah.
Like, he got nailed on this twice.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. You're in extremely deep shit, my man.
Like, 2 different occurrences of this with 2 different products.
I don't know if he's out because, like, after the Dragon Quest insider trading stuff, he posted bail and got out. But I don't know if he's out now. I'm sure he posted bail again because, like, they're not going to hold him indefinitely for like a white collar crime, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
For like a money crime, people don't really, unless they're like a real flight risk, and I mean, maybe he is. I don't know. I don't know how the Japanese justice system works. I only play Ace Attorney, you know?
Right.
I don't know how often they like, you know, hold people without bail because of the chance they might flee the fucking country, right? Mm-hmm. I should probably look that up. But yeah, no. Crazy. No, my man is extremely going to jail unless he, like, I don't know. Unless he, like, really works out a plea deal and then just, like, pays it all back in some way. Kind of like the Ufotable president who got popped for tax evasion and stealing from a charity. Like, he avoided jail time because he paid it all back, you know? Mm-hmm. So I think maybe he could avoid jail time for that, too, you know?
I just want to imagine, like, Yuji Naka getting arrested, and he's like, we're arresting you for insider trading. Oh, no, you mean for the first soldier? They're like, no, we meant Dragon Quest. What was that about the first soldier?
Oh, fuck. No, wait, you actually need to tell us about that now. Shit, goddamn it. So long, sucker. Oh, God. The first soldier. Jesus Christ.
Next, the FTC is suing Microsoft to block its Activision Blizzard purchase.
Yeah,
a little late.
It's a little late. It took a while, but hey, It's fine. I hope it's upheld. This will go for a long time. Activision is going, Activision is going to fight this. Microsoft's going to fight this. They all want this to go through really badly.
They gotta be tired.
No, not really. I mean, you gotta think Microsoft has more money than God, right?
Yeah.
They can fight this fight for as long, because they still have so much fucking money. The Xbox division of that company is their little baby pet project, right? Compared to all the other shit they've got. They have so much fucking money. And at this point, I think Microsoft is going to pursue this to try and get it done entirely to say they did, right? They're not going to, let some pesky regulatory body keep them from doing whatever the fuck they want in the industry, Mm-hmm. And, I don't know. We'll see how that plays out. It could go, I don't know how regulatory court hearings go. I don't know if it could be escalated to the Supreme Court. I assume it can, since pretty much anything
can go to the Supreme Court if you try hard enough.
Yeah, anything can go to the Supreme Court, can be escalated. Of course, it's a question of will the Supreme Court choose to hear it, right? If we get judgments and blah blah blah, appeals and all that stuff, and eventually it gets appealed and makes its way to the Supreme Court, and then it falls to will the Supreme Court care to hear it? Or is this already settled case law and they'll go, no, we choose not to. And then whatever previous judgment is what, it falls to. I don't know. I don't know who that would fall
I can imagine the Supreme Court being like, what? What's your phones? What? Video games?
These days there's a bunch of young psychopaths on the Supreme Court, right? That's our problem, is that we have a lot of young conservative maniacs on the Supreme Court now, and they know what video games are, and they really, really like free commerce and finger quotes, right? They love the idea of letting capital run amok to its heart's content. So ironically, there is a high chance they could hear it,
If this were a couple of years ago, then it would be that, but...
Oh yeah, even 5 years ago. And that might be why Microsoft is so willing to fight it, honestly.
They think they can pull it out, yeah, maybe.
They think they could pull... Because, one of the things of the Trump administration is that they super stack the deck of, judges across the country, right? Tons and tons of, judicial appointments were conservative appointments because Democrats don't know how to govern. And so, it was there probably is a case of the fact that they're seeing what the judicial landscape looks like in America these days, and how conservative it leans, and they're probably going actually, you know what? We like our chances, so they probably will.
They'll probably.
Now,
I'm tired of hearing about this.
You're tired of hearing about this, but Microsoft's lawyers, absolutely not. No, they are laughing all the way to the bank. Lawyers love this shit when things get really drawn out like this, because they're getting paid the whole time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It took a long time for the giant to wake up. For the FTC to be like, wait, they're doing what?
Wait, they're doing what? It's you probably could have woken up a little bit sooner.
They're like, no, you can't. And they're like,
no.
We've been in the process of doing this for 5 years. Yeah, you can't.
Well, we said no. God damn it.
Well, I'm so tired. I just got up.
I don't want to have to do work. I'm a regulatory body in the United States. I don't want to have to make any effort,
They were literally about to sign the paperwork. He's like, yeah, well, they can't.
I'm going back to bed. I'll see you in court, fuckers.
For some reason, I'm just imagining the FTC embodied by Super Kami Guru from BBC of Rich.
I was going to say Mr. Plinkett, but yeah. Specifically Rich Evans playing Plinkett.
Or you can't.
No.
Get out of here. Get out of my house.
Oh god. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. Listen, baby, this thing could last forever. That's court cases for you.
Yeah.
Maybe Microsoft will get tired and give up. I don't know. I think that'd be extremely funny.
Yeah.
To be one of the court reporters who's just making stacks off of this fucking fiasco. Right? That's who I want to be. I should have listened to my mother.
Yeah, God.
God.
Just pages and pages.
Pages, and yeah, you get paid by the page in that profession, baby. Anyways, next.
And you're just hoping one of them asks like, wait, so what's an Overwatch?
Well, the thing is that, like, not to go on like a huge tangent here, but like, so court reporters or stenographers, whichever you want to call them, they get paid by the page, and then they get paid by the page for every copy. Now, and this is old rates because, like, my mom was a stenographer for like 20-something years, so these are like extremely outdated rates, and I don't know how things work these days. But back in the day, I think it was $3.50 a page, and then every copy was $5 a page, right?
Oh, okay.
So if you had, I don't know, 100-page deposition, right? Mm-hmm. Both lawyers are gonna need it. So
right. So that's 2 copies right away.
That's 2 copies right away. And then once you start getting into like the really big case, like I know for a fact, so a couple of years ago, a former governor of Alabama got like in super hot water because of like healthcare shit. His name was Richard Scrushy. Just Google him. The Scrushy got popped for like a lot of again, insider trading type shit within healthcare. And they used one court reporter for the whole affair, and she doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because there were like 30 lawyers involved, right? So like,
you're gonna need a copy, and you're gonna need a copy,
and then you walk away with a cool like $1 million, and you're like, well, I'm retired now. So long, assholes. Yeah. So that's a tangent story.
Next, new Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse trailer is a window into the multiverse.
Yes! Let's go!
Holy shit!
So the release is June 2023 now. Finally. Yeah. We have a proper fucking release date. And 3 years after it's supposed to come out.
There are so many, like, blatant cameos in this one.
It rules.
It's incredible. Like, because I'm watching it and I'm like looking at costumes and stuff.
Sure, of course.
We've already seen Insomniac Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. We've seen Renew Your Vows, Spinneret, and Spiderling.
Okay.
God, there's a hint that's possibly PS1 Spider-Man.
Yes.
Let's see. I'm like clicking through the trailer right now just to like remember which ones. Bombastic Bagman is there. Mm-hmm. Spider Armor Mark 1 is there. Just a whole bunch. Like, besides just like, it's a costume that like Peter wore at some point in his career. Like the ones that are like, this is an alternate universe version of that character.
Right, yeah,
like,
right.
There's tons of those.
I know! It looks great. I am just so... I mean, whatever. It's Spider-Verse. It's the only superhero, anything I get excited for. Because just like, look at it. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Holy shit. It's gorgeous. It's just so... everything you're really hoping for from that movie, right?
I was not expecting to see Peter B again.
I know, and he's got a baby and a sling on him. He got a little baby papoose. So glad he's doing well.
Like, I was like expecting, like, okay, well, it's gonna be Miles and Gwen, obviously, but like Peter B's story is done. He's like the one who passes the torch to Miles, and like, his thing is over with. But, like, yeah, I was not expecting him to be a major character in this.
Yeah. But you know what? Let him show back up again. We love that old fucker. So like, absolutely.
I also love everyone's joking that like Peter B, the washed up schlubby Spider-Man, is doing better than 616 Peter right now.
Yeah.
Like he is like, there's like the whole thing of like me and Red, we're talking about it constantly, where it's just like Marvel editors and executives like crying and pissing and shitting all over the floor right now.
Yeah, because like there's a Spider-Man out there who's actually married with a kid and is happy. Yeah, they're like, no, we can't have that. Oh fuck.
They're gonna have to do brand synergy now, and like, Like, no, please,
no! You gotta make him happy! Just turning into goo on the floor, you know?
Like looking at the
melting like the Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah, looking at the render of baby May and like with tears in their eyes. Yeah.
It's the most horrible thing I've ever seen. It's just like a cute cartoon baby, right?
They're like, now we gotta brand synergy this.
Every now and then, brand synergy works out in all of our favors.
So look forward to May Parker being found in a test tube in a laboratory, and she gets to be in the comics now.
She gets to be in the comics again, yeah.
Just look forward to that. Like, oh yeah, MJ, your baby actually didn't miscarriage your baby at all. She's fine, and she's fine in this secret facility for all this time, and she's miraculously a teenager somehow. There you go, as they say through gritted teeth.
Yeah. Oh no, we gotta make Peter Parker happy, and they're like throwing up as they say it.
They're so mad because like this isn't like when Spider-Man 3 came out in post Civil War. We're like, well, we can put him in the black costume and we can kill Aunt May and we can really ruin his life. It's like, nope, this Peter got his life together and he's married and has a baby and it's working out great.
You. Oh god.
I love that Miguel O'Hara is fucking jacked.
He's so ripped. What the fuck? He's so big.
That slam he does on Miles better be a finisher in Spider-Man 2.
Yes, absolutely.
Like where he grabs him by the throat and like webs the ground so he can like pull himself faster as he
it's insane. Oh my god.
Slams his teenager skull into the pavement.
Just absolutely pasting this teenage boy. Like, calm down, my man.
Yeah.
Why are you so mad?
What's bro? Come on, chill out. It's okay.
Chill out, bro.
Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman, looks great. Mm-hmm. She is a combination of like classic 616 Jessica Drew with the original 1970s Spider-Woman.
Oh, awesome!
Which is a character that was created, I think, for like a family friendly, I think it was the Electric Company.
Oh,
like
really?
The old Sesame Street. Spin-off. Like they did Spider-Man comics about that because like one of the famous, like most infamous live-action Spider-Man first appearances was on the Electric Company.
Right. Okay.
Like, he did like educational videos and stuff.
Sure.
So, like, they created a black woman, Spider-Woman, who had like the big afro like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you're just combining those two character designs.
Just mush those together. No, she looks great. I mean, like every single design looks super good. I'm finally a reason to live again, you know?
Yeah. I'm so fucking excited for this movie. Miles' new suit looks awesome. Gwen's new suit looks awesome. I love that Miles has an upside down spider on his back.
Yeah, so when he hangs upside down, it's right side up. That's super good. Yeah.
Good detail. So yeah, very excited for that, obviously. Next, the Pokemon anime's next series ditches Ash and Pikachu for 2 new protagonists.
Yeah, it's finally over. I can't believe it. After all this time, 25 years or something like that.
25 years.
Wow. That's crazy.
Ash's journey is done.
Yeah, it's gonna get a final 11 run kind of epilogue thing starting in January to like wrap it all up, you know. It's 11 episodes to kind of wrap everything, put a nice bow on it all, and then they're finally gonna just move on to new protagonists after all this time. One of them is apparently his kid, That's what the rumor is. I don't know for sure if that's what they're gonna go with. Yeah, I don't know if it's actually been confirmed or what. Yeah.
I think she just looks like Ash because you want the sin. Like if you look at both the new protagonists, they look like if you stabbed Ash with the Yamato.
Yeah, exactly. You split him into his composite parts because the girl is like, she's like, you know, dark haired, blue eyed. But she's got the little symbol from his hat as a hairpin. Right. And the other kid is wearing a cap, and he's like a darker skin tone. Right.
And he's got like the vest and like the white shirt underneath it. Yeah. You know. So I'm sure that it's just like, well, we want these characters to kind of look like Ash. But no, that's a very, like, it's a pretty significant thing. 25 years of the same protagonist.
Yeah, it's crazy that it's finally over. I mean, like, I remember, I mean, obviously we are the demographic for Pokemon, like back when it started and like when it started airing, like you watch those first couple seasons on TV, right? Yeah. It's crazy.
I used to own VHS copies of like 3 or 4 episodes a tape.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so weird.
Yeah, just to think like it's done. It's gonna
actually wrap up and be over, and we're all probably gonna cry.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit, you know.
I have been thinking, like, maybe I should go back and like check out some of the later seasons that are like apparently really, really good. Like the where they switch the anime art style to like a lot more like vibrant and like energetic.
Sure.
And see if it's worth like sticking around and watching all those.
Who knows?
Yeah. So yeah, let's talk about the Game Awards.
The Game Awards. I came away from the Game Awards hating it, but then after a couple days, I was like, I guess it was okay. They had some okay announcements. It wasn't like one of the best Game Awards, but like there was enough stuff that made my neurons fire, you know?
There was like more than I remember, but like the problem is that it's front loaded and it's a 3.5 hour fucking show, and like
Jeff lied to me when they told me they were going to trim the fat and make it shorter. It's like, no, Jeff, this was not any shorter.
Well, it's Christopher Judge's fault.
Well, Christopher Judge did talk for a solid 3.5 hours, and they just crammed all the trailers in the back end. My man, you gotta now Jeff realizes, like, oh fuck, we gotta get the orchestra to start playing people off like way sooner, right? This is a man who is learning how to like run an awards show while running the awards show, right? You know? Like he's learning it all in the field. It's like, oh, there's a reason the Oscars play people off. I see.
Yeah, I get it now.
Okay.
But let's go down the list of all the shit that got announced.
Sure, let's go.
FF16 has release date of June 2023. June's gonna be a crowded month.
Busy month.
Looks great. We got to see.
Go ahead.
Got to see more combat.
It looks good. Yeah. I think it looks good. I'm still. I mean, we'll see. It's by the people who did Heavensward, and Heavensward is like my second or third favorite Final Fantasy XIV expansion.
Right.
So it's fine.
We saw that you do get a party, and one of the party members is a dog.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Finally, one of them is a dog, and the other is a Sidolphus. So it's a Final Fantasy 12 iteration of Sid, which is cool.
That kid is fucking dead.
That kid is super fucking dead. Holy shit!
That is one dead kid.
That's the deadest kid I've ever seen. I will say, you called it.
You see him, and like the clip from Pet Scott plays in your head, where it's just the guy going, "That's a dead kid."
A dead kid. Yeah. Yeah. No, that kid is super fucking dead. I mean, like, I know he's dead because there's that part where Clive is talking to him.
Yeah.
And it's like clearly an older version of Clive, because like the game is set over like a long period of time, because there's like a teenage version, an early 20s, and I think a late 20s, early 30s version we've seen so far. Mm-hmm. So the game is set over a long period of time, which is cool, by the way.
Yeah.
And so, but like Joshua is talking to this older Clive, and he's the same age. So like, yeah, that's a fucking ghost, or like that's like a fucking Force ghost or something. You know, that kid's super fucking dead. Sorry about your dead little brother, man.
Yeah. When he's like in the trailer, he's like, "I will always protect you." No, you won't.
No, you won't. Oh, honey. No, you will not. This game is about going on a journey of revenge. And you sure do have a very vulnerable looking younger brother, is all I'm saying. So, sorry about that. Sorry about your dead brother trauma. Get in line. Game looks good, though. I'm really excited. So, it's Devil May Cry. What more do you want?
Gameplay is going to be great. From Software reveals Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon.
Yeah!
It's Armored Core.
Boy, that was a Dark Souls-ass Armored Core trailer, though, right?
Yeah, it was. we were watching it, we're like, what the hell is this? That font looks like Dark Souls. Is that?
Yeah. Is that the Dark Souls font? And then they're like, it's Armored Core, and it's like, oh, okay. You guys only know how to make one kind of trailer, I see. Okay. Yeah. That's fine.
I love the shot with the giant meteor, like, impacting the Earth, and we're all just like, yeah, that's probably not good.
yeah, it's not ideal. It's not perfect. I'll say for sure. No,
probably
that's not what you want to see.
No, I would handle it if I were there.
I would simply handle it. Rip to you, but I'm different. I am Shiro Emiya. I would step in.
I would intervene.
But how would you handle it? I simply would. Sakura in the background, like, didn't you hear him? He said he would step up.
He was gonna handle it.
He's gonna handle it. All right, fine.
All right, if you say so. I'm excited to play. I'm a huge Armored Core fan. Excited to play it for the first time.
Armored Core for the first time? Yeah. You and everybody else.
Right. Except for Saturn, who has played Armored Core before.
Who has played. Thank God. We've got
someone to enjoy when we enjoy Armored Core, and we can say to Saturn, wait, is this a good one?
Yeah, that's true.
Should we be enjoying this? Are we right to enjoy this?
Are we having a good time? I'm sure it'll be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
It is very... I do know that, like, Armored Core is very famously techie, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I heard Pat and Wooly describe it as, I can't wait to spend 40 minutes in menus.
Sure.
Start a mission and die in 10 seconds.
Absolutely. Sounds great.
Yeah. Hades 2! Hades 2!
I'm so excited. Yeah.
Holy
absolutely.
Shit!
Looks great. Great.
That was a hell of a reveal where we're all just like, oh, it's a Supergiant game. That's cool. I wonder what their next thing is going to be. This kind of looks a bit like Hades.
Hey, this looks a little bit like Hades. And then they show, and I'm going to mangle this pronunciation, and I apologize. Melione,
I think.
Melione? Okay.
Mel.
They show Mel. Yeah. And it's like, oh, that's a Zagreus. Okay, this is Hades too. I see.
She's got the Homestuck troll horns and her feet are on fire. Is this oh my god, it's Hades too!
Wait, it's just that Andre the Giant gif of him going like, oh, hold on! Yeah, it's us.
And Supergiant is like, yeah, Hades made us a shit zillion dollars. Of course we're making a sequel to it.
We'll make another one. Yeah, absolutely. Here's the thing though, I know a lot of people are like a little disappointed by this, and like, 1, I don't care. 2, it's gonna be good. And 3, more importantly, sequels always make more, unlike if like the first game is really good, there's a 250% chance that the sequel is going to make more money. And Supergiant is an independent game developer based out of San Francisco. Yeah, they want to make 700 quadrillion fucking dollars.
This isn't
absolutely
like, this isn't them selling out or anything. This is them being smart.
Yeah, and making more fucking Hades, a game that's really good and everybody likes.
Like you can even look at the shift from Bastion to Transistor and be like, they're iterating on the same genre with a different art style.
Exactly. Bastion and Transistor are like extremely similar games, and
plots for Bastion and Transistor are the exact same.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Please look forward to Hades 2. I know I fucking am.
I'm super fucking excited for Hades 2. Are you kidding me?
Oh my god. Alphino's voice actor is in there, by the way.
That's crazy. Yeah. He's Apollo.
Yeah.
So there are 2 things I want from this.
Sure.
One is I want Zagreus to be one of the boon givers.
Yes.
Because I want it to be
insufferable older brother.
Yeah, or Mel having to ask her older brother for the keys to the car.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, can you help me with this?
Can I get a boon?
Please. And then as penance, he gets to make fun of her every time she picks him.
That's correct.
Or I want Zag to be the super boss.
Yes.
And when you start, he comes decked out with he's like Hades fight tier decked out.
Mm-hmm.
And he just starts zipping around and throwing down 1 million AoEs and like turrets and shit. And it's like, oh yeah, this is Zagreus.
It's Zagreus at the end of a run where that went really well. And it's like, oh right, he's just an unstoppable god killer at this point. I see.
Yeah.
Okay. God. No, it looks great. I'm super excited. Like, yes, please more. Please. So that's all it really boils down to is, oh my God, I just need more Hades, and this is going to scratch that itch. Thank God.
Pat suggested the other option, which would be cool, which is you beat Hades 2 enough times to like see everything about it, and then you can now play as Zagreus.
Yeah, that would be great.
You just get all of Zagreus' old weapons in the game.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Yeah, or you can use Zagreus' weapons as Mel. Like, that sounds great too. Absolutely. Hades 2 looks fantastic. Please soon. It's doing the same thing as Hades. It's doing early access.
Yep.
I will join that early access. Absolutely.
Yeah. Next, Ken Levine's next game, Judas, finally revealed. The man has one idea.
It's stunning to me that whole story came out from was it Press Sneak Fuck who
it probably was.
It was it Jason Schreier? Okay.
Yeah.
Who put this whole story out about like how Ken Levine has a blank check from 2K and he's trying to make a new game and he really wants to make something new and different and innovative, and we finally see the new game from Ghost Story Games, and it's just another fucking Bioshock. He literally just made another Bioshock game again after all this time.
It's just Bioshock, and I'm very mad about it because there's still a part of my brain that hasn't shut up. That's like, I like Bioshock 1 and 2.
Sure.
What if this is like Bioshock 1? It's not going to be like that.
It's not going to be Bioshock 2. It's not going to be Bioshock 2. Do love yourself is what I'm saying. Do better.
I know. I am trying really hard, but like, I can't lie. That aesthetic is appealing to me in some regard.
Sure, absolutely.
We all fell for the initial Bioshock Infinite trailer. That trailer is still really good looking.
It's still really good looking. I will say, it is funny that Judas gets announced like a year or so after the piece about, Ken Levine having a blank check to do nothing for 10 years came out, which is very funny to me because it does feel like a money man at 2K finally went, hang on, we're doing what?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
No, put it out.
He hasn't put a game in how long? Excuse me?
No, put it out. You get the Game Awards, put it out.
I feel like somebody showed up at like Ghost Story Games office like, hey, you gotta put a game out.
Yeah.
Open the door. I know you're in there, Ken.
I don't know. Maybe it probably won't.
We'll see. It probably won't be good. It probably won't be good.
I just like being hopeful about things.
I know, you got a good heart. You got a good heart.
I really like Bioshock 2.
I really like Bioshock 2, but the thing about Bioshock 2 that made it good is that Ken Levine didn't work on it.
Yeah, no one is there for
exactly.
This one. But she's got like cool discs in her hands that shoot powers. That's
no,
neat.
My man.
I'm not. No,
okay. Don't do it. Starfield might be out by then. Just distract yourself with that.
The tagline being "Fix what you broke" is like, "Fuck you, Ken Levine. You didn't fix shit.
You didn't fix shit. You made Infinite worse, actually."
Yeah. Death Stranding 2 officially announced. It's not going to be called Death Stranding 2, is it? It's DS2. It's going to stand for something different.
Yeah, it's totally going to stand for something different. Is the thing. Yeah. They made a big point out of the fact that the logo is just DS2, right? Yeah. Like. Yep. And that DS is going to stand for something else. I see you, Hideo Kojima.
They only talked about it as DS2.
Yeah, absolutely. They never actually said Death Stranding 2 out loud. It's like, okay.
Right.
Everybody else is calling it Death Stranding 2, but like...
Trailer looks really, really good. That shot of... The ending shot with the dude who's like got a transparent plate over his chest so you can see his organs.
Yeah, that looked cool as shit.
Really fucking good.
Has extremely interesting aesthetics.
I can't wait for Animal to be in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
during that reveal where Animal's like, Animal can hide in box.
It's like, oh good, yeah, let's put Animal in. Let's you know how like they scanned like Guillermo del Toro and Nicholas Winding Refn to be in Death Stranding. We should just scan Animal. Like just scan Animal, you know? Well,
Hideo Kojima had lunch with Al Pacino.
That's true.
Guess who's going to be in Death Stranding 2 in some regard?
Absolutely. Even if it's just like a random quest giver. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, please put Animal in Death Stranding 2. Thank you.
Just put every celebrity from that game awards into Death Stranding 2.
Absolutely. Christopher Judge is there. He's still talking.
Yeah. Yeah. Just put Christopher Judge like as himself, like not voicing a character, like as himself.
No. It's just himself. Absolutely.
Yeah. Obviously, there's nothing in the trailer that's like worth talking about because
it
that's
looks
all
cool.
going to mean. But it looks cool. Apparently, though, there's an article afterward where it reveals that he rewrote the plot for Death Stranding 2 after the panic.
Yeah. Well, because like, what did he say during the interview? He's like, I got tired of feeling like I was predicting the future.
Yeah.
Because like Death Stranding came out literally as like the world was ending.
Yeah.
Everybody was locked in their homes and you had to rely on couriers to get you everything you need. It's like, oh fuck.
Yeah, it was like right after, and he's like, I made this game to be like an escapism thing and like getting away from the realities of the world, and then this happens, so I'm like, I'm gonna like, so like, what was his original plan that he was afraid of predicting?
Now, see, here's the thing though. The problem is that this new one's just gonna come true instead, right?
Yeah. So he's gonna be like, and then the aliens came and cured cancer.
Oh fuck!
And then he's like looking around, like,
Oh god.
Next, Idris Elba joins Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty.
Maybe
Cyberpunk.
Maybe.
Does this
maybe
mean that
Cyberpunk 2077 is going to be good now? Finally.
Does this mean does this imply that every Cyberpunk expansion is going to have a new celebrity in it?
I think that'd be really funny if that ends up being the case. Actually, I hope so.
Like base game gets Keanu Reeves, this one gets Idris Elba, and then like Mads Mikkelsen shows up in the next one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I hope so. I don't know. Like, I'm really hoping that like this DLC adds enough meat on the bones of Cyberpunk 2077 that I'll finally want to play it. Because like, there's aesthetically enough interesting stuff in there that I'm like, I really want to play Cyberpunk 2027. Although I will say they also did announce, not the Game Awards, but previously they announced that they're putting out like proper mod tools for 2077. So it's like, oh, you guys are Bethesda-ing it. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I will play that. I will play that. Yeah, actually. Thank you.
Jedi Survivor and Diablo 4.
Don't care if you play a fucking Blizzard game in 2023, you're a chump.
Yeah. Street Fighter 6 trailer with DJ Manon, Marisa, JP.
Street Fighter 6 looks fucking great. Continues to look stellar.
DJ's whole aesthetic with like the graffiti. Well, no, not the graffiti, music notes.
Yeah.
With the music notes, like with his hit sparks, amazing.
Looks fantastic. It just continues to knock it out of the park. Every single character design looks great. Aesthetically, it looks great. I've been hearing good things from the beta that just ended. It seems like, Capcom's got a winner on their hands, which is awesome.
I'm very excited. Hopefully they'll have like a more robust story mode and we'll get like some real good character interaction. Like they showed hints of it with JP, like being a kind of like corporate boss, like ruling over something, like in his office, looking over the city, drinking scotch.
Right.
So yeah, very excited for that. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League includes Kevin Conroy, which is
that's tragic.
I don't know how I feel about a game called Kill the Justice League being Kevin Conroy's last role before he died.
It's very sad. I mean, for him, it's like it's just another job.
Yeah.
He was almost certainly sick with cancer.
Right.
Or beginning, because I don't know how long before the game came out, or before like they started making the game. They did all the voice recording.
Yeah.
But there's an extremely high chance he was sick with cancer while doing Kill the Justice League. So it's a job he took. I still think that game looks bad. I'm sorry, Kevin Conroy. I'm not playing the last game you were in because that game looks shitty. Yeah, no, I mean, like it does not look appealing at all. But yeah, and I mean, I get it because like I was thinking about it afterward, where I'm like, well, you're gonna have all this Kevin Conroy voice dialogue, and then
scrap it and get someone else. Like, you're not you can't do that.
No, they're not gonna get rid of like the last the last time Kevin Conroy played Batman, right? Like they're just not gonna do that.
No.
So like I get it.
It just feels very like it feels uncomfortable.
Sure, absolutely.
It feels kill the Justice League.
Yeah, it also just kind of feels like, I don't know, a little grimy to do like cheap, a little rest in peace Kevin Conroy thing at the end of a game called Kill the Justice League.
Yeah, to use it to like promote your game instead of like making like, I don't know, like you're Rocksteady. Make like a tribute to the Arkham series.
Yeah, and then absolutely. It feels very tacky to use it to promote your extremely bad looking video game. Yeah, like, you can be like, this is going to be Kevin Conroy's last role, but like do a tribute to him with like, footage from the Arkham games or whatever. So, yeah, I don't know, just very, very uncomfortable. Sure.
There's still more. Mario Brothers movie revealed.
Sure.
Tekken 8 looks really good. Forbidden West DLC.
Great, sure.
Yeah.
That I'm looking forward to that. I enjoyed the DLC they put out for the first Horizon game. Yeah. So yeah, I think it'll be good.
This is the opposite. I just realized this is the opposite
of the Frozen Waste or whatever it was called.
The Frozen North. Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Forbidden West Burning Shores instead, and it's like, okay, I get you. I see what you guys are doing.
Earthblade. Celeste creator's new game.
Yes, the Celeste guy's new game. I'm extremely looking forward to that a lot. Celeste was that my game of the year that year? I think it was. The year Celeste came out was my game of the year. Because I liked it so much. So I am obviously extremely looking forward to Earthblade. I think it's gonna be great.
What a delightful name for a game. Like very SNES.
Yeah, it has a very SNES-y kind of logo. It's described as a 2D explore action game, and that looks cool. So I'm looking forward to it a lot. And yeah, I mean, like, I'm not going to turn my nose up at more stuff from the guys who made one of my favorite games ever. So,
Oh yeah, of course not.
My neighbors are really stomping around up there, and I'm hoping it does not get picked up on my recording.
Hellboy is getting a stylish video game adaptation.
Hellboy looks so fucking good.
That was a fun trailer too, where we're just
was a fun trailer to like be like, what is this? And then you see like the little stumpy horns and the big hand, and you're like, oh, it's a Hellboy game. Yeah. Okay. And it's like
this is some intense cell shading. Oh, that's Mike Mignola's art style. Okay.
See. Yeah, absolutely. Like, it's extremely intense cell shaded style. Apparently it's a roguelite.
That's surprising to me.
That's interesting. I guess it makes sense. If I was gonna make a Hellboy game though, I would also rip off Hades.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, like I would lift ideas from Hades for sure. So that makes sense. I'm looking forward to it. I think it looks great. I think it's an extremely neat art style. So yeah, it's not nearly as like the stuff we saw. I was expecting like a 2D side scroller of some kind, because like that's kind of the easiest way to do these heavily stylized games. Or
like an on rails melee like action game, Sure. No, that looks really interesting. I just want to talk about this one for a second. Crime Boss. The weird GTA-ish looking first-person shooter game with Chuck Norris.
Yeah, and also including Vanilla Ice and Danny Trejo. This feels like a game from like 15 years ago.
Yeah, this is a 2000s like you're doing Chuck Norris jokes in 2022.
Yeah, Chuck Norris, who is now just like an out and out, just like has always been, but now everybody's more aware of it. He's just like a complete shitbag.
Yeah.
Right? Like conservative Christian shitbag asshole. And it's like, no, we're still gonna do Chuck Norris jokes. And it's like, how old are you? What year is it? Right? You look at the Birdman. It's the Birdman looking at the calendar and it's 2022 gag. Right? And it's like, okay, sure, I guess. It looks extremely bad and very cheap. and it's just baffling, right? Like you watch it and you're just like, who's this for?
What? Yeah,
I guess it's for right wing shitheads, but like,
I guess so. Like this will be, this finally a video game without woke politics.
Yeah, that's right.
In it. Fine, like Nerd Rock and fucking the Quartering now have a game for them.
Yeah, thank God. Babylon B can review it.
Yeah. Lords of the Fallen, Returnal for PC. Here we go.
Are we gonna end it? Are we gonna end it on the big thing?
Not end it. There's still a couple more things, like minor things, but this is the last big thing.
Okay.
The most shocking trailer in the show.
Yes, the one that at least made all of our neurons fire at the same time. And the thing we were alluding to earlier is a fucking Transformers game.
A really cool look. Like, so the trailer nailed it. By the way, like this is like I saw people complaining like, well, they didn't show any Transformer stuff in it. Yeah, that's the point, dumbass.
They're robots in disguise, asshole. What do you think that ambulance in a war zone was for?
It's supposed to be a big shock. You were supposed to see this at the Game Awards and not know what it is until the logo hit. Like,
yeah, exactly. There's gonna be a real trailer later, dipshit.
When you watch it afterwards, like, the surprise is ruined by the title. Like, you're not supposed to know what this is.
But then you go back and you're watching it, and you're like, wait a second, that's a Jeep and an ambulance in a war zone. Wait a second, what's all that writing on the screen? Hold on!
Wait a tick.
Wait just a goddamn minute!
The best pull is that there's a billboard for Prim Cola, which is a brand of cola in the 86 cartoon.
Hilarious. Fantastic.
We were watching this and being like, what the hell is this? Is this some weird
Gears of War game or something?
Because we're like, the studio did some Gears stuff, like some afterward Gears stuff. Like, it's not Mass Effect. It's not, is it?
Yeah, because there is that one shot of like a big machine in the sky, and I think I said on stream, nice Mass Effect reference.
Yeah, like, it's like, is that a Reaper? Is it? No, it can't be a Reaper. This doesn't look like, the aesthetic
like
for it.
At all, yeah.
Is it, and I'm like, is it Titanfall?
Yeah, it definitely looked like Titanfall because it like shows like a robot waking up,
Yeah,
it's like, okay, I love Titanfall. Cool.
And then, nope, wrong TF.
Nope, still it's a Transformers game, baby.
We just see the words Transformers, and all four of us just lose our goddamn minds. Screaming,
yeah. The mantra and the title of this episode is, yo, but what if it's good though?
What if it's good though?
What if good though? What if Transformers Reactivate is good though?
We had I think it was Augustin's stream was like, the studio mostly does like online FPSs and like there was rumors of a Transformers like Warframe online multiplayer game. We're like, what if it's good though?
What if it's a good video game though? That's the thing. I need you to understand.
And because we saw like a month or so before this, we saw like leaked cutscenes of an unreleased Transformers game. Yeah,
there were leaked cutscenes of an unreleased Transformers game and leaked character designs for Optimus and Megatron, right?
Right.
Those were kind of circulating around, and everyone like, oh, these are really good. What is this for? And like nobody knew, right? Now we know. It's for Reactivate, which is exciting. There's a leaked roster, which if it's real, is extremely fucking good.
It's so good. It's
Starscream,
Slipstream, Hot Rod, Sunstreaker,
Soundwave,
Windblade, and Ironhide, yeah. Fucking stellar roster.
Fantastic roster. A+, 10 out of 10, knocks it out of the fucking park. If that is like the starting roster, and if they add more later, I was really hoping it was like a make your own Transformer kind of game, but like maybe they'll still do that. I don't know.
It has the potential to be that.
Sure. But yeah, looks like, everything I've seen leaked from it is they've got Jeffrey Combs back as Ratchet with like a Texan accent.
Yeah.
They got back Steve Bloom to do Starscream. That's just like his thing now, is just getting to be Starscream, which is great.
The leaked voice cast was very heavily Prime. Like it had Peter Cullen and Frank Welker as Optimus and Megatron.
Sure, absolutely.
I think it even had Darren Norris as a voice, which implies Knockout, but he might be voicing a different character.
Oh, but please let it be Knockout. Please put Knockout in a video game. I would lose my shit. I would become the most insane person on the planet if they would actually put Knockout in something else.
Like, since we've already heard Jeffrey Combs and Steve Bloom, there's part of me that feels like that leaked roster is wishful thinking, you know?
Right, yeah. But I mean, like, they could just be, you know, side characters, right? I mean, like, Starscream is obviously playable.
Right,
or at least plays a big part. So, I mean, we'll see. I really hope that roster is real, because getting to play as Hot Rod is, like,
the dream,
Of course, that's exactly what I want.
Like, someone went and translated all the Cybertronian text on it. They're looking the robot, the yellow robot, which it could be B, it could be Sunstreaker. We don't know for sure. It's just a yellow robot.
Yeah.
Is looking for Marissa Fairborn. Like, it scans the woman in the group shot.
Yeah.
And tries to match her with Marissa Fairborn.
Great.
And also, it also confirms that Ironhide is not dead. Because we saw Ironhide get blown up, and they're like, no, he'll be fine. It's okay.
He's fine.
We did not kill Ironhide in this trailer.
We didn't kill him immediately in the trailer. Thank God. I am extremely excited. I'm hoping we get a real trailer sooner than later. This is what I mean. Like, hell yeah, Rise of the Beast means we get synergistic branding.
We have 3 wildly different tone for Transformers media coming out within the relatively same time.
And a pretty good toy line that they keep adding things to. So it's like, okay, cool. Like, we have Earthspark, we've got Reactivate, and we have Rise of the Beast. Like, that's awesome.
I really hope Reactivate gets a toy line, because some of those designs whip ass.
Some of those designs, if the leaked designs are the final designs, those designs fucking whip, and I would love to have every single one of them.
So there are just a few more things to go over before we wrap this up. I just want to talk a little bit about Blue Protocol and how we both were very scared for a moment.
It took me a minute to realize what you were talking about with Blue Protocol. But Blue Protocol, if you didn't watch the stream, was the game where Ben and I were, like, holding each other in terror, going, they wouldn't make a Tails MMO, would they?
This is right? Looks like a Tails MMO. Like, some of those monster designs look like Tails enemies. Is this a Tails MMO? Is, like, the next Tails game going to be an MMO? Please don't make it be an MMO. Oh, it's called Blue Protocol. Okay.
Oh, thank God. And just even though the sigh of relief from both of us was, like, palpable. Because it looks like a Tails game.
It looks
and a lot of those monsters look like Tails monsters, and I was so afraid. And they were like, yeah, it's our new big MMO, aren't you so excited? I'm like, please no. Please no. We
saw Bandai Namco, and we saw a very cel-shaded anime art style, and we're both like, no, please don't do this to me.
I saw a cartoony looking bear with, like, huge claws, like the egg bear from Vesperia. Yeah. And I was like, no, please don't do this.
These look like Tails-esque environments. That looks like a Tails-esque party. Please don't do this to me.
Yeah, I was terrified, because the thing is that, like, good or bad, I'll play it, right? That's the scary part, is if they announce a Tails MMO, I'm like, well, I gotta play it, I'm sorry. You know? So I was terrified. But it's not, so we dodged that bullet. Yeesh.
Yeah. Phew.
Thank God.
Yeah. After Us looks really interesting, but I don't know if I'll play it.
Sure.
Like, it's got a like I said in the stream, like, this looks like a great game that no one I know is going to play.
Absolutely, yeah. It's like a cool indie kind of game, yeah.
Now, on the other hand, Replaced is entirely my shit.
Replaced looks extremely fucking good, absolutely. Yeah. It looks like that time travel sci-fi game. No, it was just a cyberpunk pixel game that was, like, announced, and then it turned out the creator was, like, a huge piece of shit, and it's like, oh, never mind, I don't care anymore. Yeah. It looks like that, but hopefully the creator isn't a huge piece of shit, because it looks amazing. Like, I love that art style. It makes me think of a game we played in the BLM bundle I think it's called Time Out. You remember that? Yeah, where it was like you had to purchase time as currency, and it had that similar art style. I think it looks super good. I'm really, really looking forward to it as just like a little indie darling for me and me alone. And you,
right,
of course.
Yeah, I mean, I'll check that out too for sure.
Absolutely, 100%. So,
and then really the only last thing I wanted to talk about at least was Dead Cell's return to Castlevania.
Me too. What a delightful surprise!
What a fun thing to have happen.
Extremely fun. Just like surprising, right?
Yeah.
Like it looks great. I think it looks great.
Like, I have never played Dead Cells, but I've always been interested in it because, like, after playing Hades especially.
Yeah, absolutely. And I heard it's really good. Like, it's another extremely solid roguelike kind of game.
So yeah, and then just like seeing, here's
Alucard and
Richter.
Richter, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they show the big man himself.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay. I'm paying attention, Dead Cells. Right. Sure, absolutely.
I don't know what it's gonna be. Like, can you swap to Richter and Alucard with like a locked-in moveset that you like, now you go through the roguelike, dungeon with them? Or like, does the Dead Cells guy, I don't know if he has a name or anything, but like, does he get...
John Dead Cells?
Yeah, does he get like Castlevania weapons now?
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested, and that actually makes me want to play Dead Cells, so I suppose the crossover worked out in their favor, right?
Yeah. Like, I gotta do Dead Cells run so that I'm good at the game, so that when the DLC comes out, I can play it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm extremely looking forward to it. It looks great.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good... I guess in retrospect, there was a lot of interesting stuff at the Game Awards. I was hoping for, like, another bigger announcement.
They didn't do we have one more thing to show you,
Well, the thing is that there's been, like, this teased Hideo Kojima horror game that got leaked, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought for sure we were going to get that.
We did get that one horror game.
Which one?
That one, like the kind of Silent Hill-ish looking one, which I can't remember what it's called now.
It's okay. I'll Google it after the fact.
Yeah.
Or somebody will tell us in the Discord. But yeah, no, I was really hoping for like the leaked, like the Hideo Kojima one that's been leaked a couple times. That'd be great for that to also get like a one more thing kind of announcement. But I guess that's it's still not close enough yet, I guess.
Right. I guess if they're focusing more on
finishing up Death Stranding 2
and DS2, yeah.
So.
But yeah, it was good. It just they didn't space things out properly, and they didn't have a solid pop off at the end.
No, they definitely needed to hurry it up with all the bullshit. It's definitely that's a long show to wait for the Final Fantasy 16 trailer.
Right? Yeah, a game we already knew was coming out.
Well, a game we already knew it was coming out. Yeah, absolutely. I can't believe they literally held that trailer to the literal final announcement.
I know.
Of the 16 trailer because they knew it's like everybody's waiting for that, right?
Mm-hmm. And they didn't. And it wasn't even that like phenomenal of a trailer.
Yeah, I mean it was a good trailer, but it was just like we already know about Final Fantasy 16, right?
Yeah,
like,
you didn't show like Barrett steps out of a portal.
Right.
And he's like, I'm in the game now.
Yeah, exactly. There wasn't anything that like super lit me on fire. It was just like, yeah, Final Fantasy 16 looks like a good video game. I'm glad we've established that again,
Just check in. Is it still good? Yep. Okay, we're good to go.
Okay, bye. Right? Like, I don't know. So we'll see. For 16, but yeah, no, the Game Awards were good. What if Transformers Reactivate is good though?
Yeah. What if it's good though?
What if it's good though?
What if it's good?
I really want it to be good. Is the thing. I would like for it to be good.
I am surprised we did not see Starfield.
Me too. I'm actually really surprised by that. I assume that like Microsoft is waiting until like sometime next year, like early next year to do something. I'm hoping for another Starfield trailer soon. It's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
And I don't think we have did they have like a proper release date for Starfield yet?
According to E3, it has to be sometime within the first half of 2023.
Yeah, okay.
Which is
probably going to get pushed back to November.
That's what they said.
I am willing to gamble money on recording.
If they put that shit in June, I'm gonna lose my mind.
If they do the thing they did for Fallout 4, where they're like, yeah, Fallout 4 is coming out in November and it was June, but instead they're like, yeah, Starfield's coming out next week. Fuck you. And it's like, excuse me, huh? What?
Like, there's already so much shit in the first half of 2023 that
I'm
like, please don't put Starfield in front of all that.
Don't put Starfield in front of Final... I'm here to tell you, if you put Starfield in front of Final Fantasy 16, I got bad news for Final Fantasy 16.
Oh,
right?
It's the only thing that could supplant Starfield at this moment right now is Kingdom Hearts 4.
That's it,
I don't know. I mean,
I don't think there's anything that could supplant Starfield for me right now, because it's so, 16... I guess if they announced fucking Final Fantasy 14 7.0 comes out in June of 2023...
yeah.
Then I suppose Starfield's gonna have to take a back seat. That's not happening, but,
because 14 is, a social obligation with multiple other people we know.
That's correct.
And also, we have to do that.
And also... I have to dodge spoilers, and nobody on Twitter is good about avoiding Final Fantasy XIV spoilers.
No one is going to spoil a goddamn thing in Starfield, are you kidding me?
Yeah, exactly. So, it's fine. The
only things that could cut the line and go in front of Starfield is FF14 and Kingdom Hearts. That's it.
And that's it. Yeah. No, and that's literally it. Sorry, everything else has to take a back seat.
This is exactly like 2019 or 2020 when FF7 remake came out.
And everything else around it died. Yeah.
And then Ghost of Tsushima came out, and I'm like, I don't know which one is my game of the year. This one, FF7 should have been a slam dunk, but now I'm like,
but Ghost of Tsushima, though. Yeah, absolutely.
FF7 Remake 2 should be the biggest slam dunk of the year. But if Starfield comes out the same year, I don't fucking know. I don't know. It's going to be really hard.
Fortunately, I think we're safe. I don't think Final Fantasy VII 2 is going to be out next year.
I think it'll be December 2023 or January 2024.
That's what I'm thinking, too. Because, Final Fantasy VII Remake came out in April of 2021, right?
No, 2020.
Wow, has it already been that long? Damn.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could see the end of 2023, early 2024. That's a long dev cycle, but that makes sense considering the game. But yeah, anyways, we're just spiraling into release date speculations. So we definitely should wrap it up.
Yeah. Thank you to DJ Cutman for use of background music. You can follow me on Twitter at thegorgepodcast. You can follow Sara at radioinactivity. You can email us at thegorgepodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to listen to Sara talk about other things, you listen to our other podcast.
Hey, I'm in another podcast called Big Gay Nerds, where me and a bunch of cool queer friends get together when we play tabletop games. We go through a lot of different systems, just kind of cycle things out and try things. So if you don't like one plot or one system, come back in a month. We'll probably be playing something different. Right now, we're playing Pig Smoke, a Powered by the Apocalypse game where you play as professors in a magical college. I love Pig Smoke. It's one of my favorite games. I feel like I say that with everything, but genuinely, I love Pig Smoke just because it's a really fun cast and a really fun system because it's kind of devoted to making you all look like assholes, which is good. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of fun. So come check us out. It's Big Gay Nerds, wherever you get your podcasts and also wherever you get your social media. Thanks.
Yep. All right, that'll do it for us. This one, I mean, we've got to do this one because we're here. We're back here.
Oh,
we've been doing Far Harbor again.
Oh my god, you're right. Holy shit. Fuck Dima. Holy shit. It's been so long.
I know.
Man, by the way, I'm glad we're in the back half of the episode again. Doing Far Harbor again and getting to meeting Dima, I'm just like, you
piece of shit.
You motherfucker, I'm gonna come through the screen. Fantastic character who is also just a massive piece of shit, right?
Yeah.
Not to yet again relitigate a conversation we've had 100,000 times before, but Far Harbor is like a game from another universe, right?
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
you play it and you're just like, this is the universe where Fallout 4 was good. If Far Harbor had just been Fallout 4, like if they had just stuffed it full of more shit and like was maybe a little bit of stuff off the mainland, like the coast of Maine, like the island was the main part, but then you could also go to like the coast off of like boats and stuff. That'd be great.
Yeah.
It's so weird to me to like have there are compelling characters in Far Harbor when there's not a lot to speak of in Fallout 4, basically.
Nope.
It's like you actually have a character who can invoke a lot of like insane, strong feelings of hate or love in Dima, and it's like I don't think there's anybody else in Fallout 4 who can make you do that except Valentine himself. But hey, he's a major character in Fallout 4 or Far Harbor, so like it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Wretched fucking character. I can't stand him. Good writing then, I guess. So.
Oh, yeah.
Good night, everyone.
All right. Good night, everyone.